Hey everyone, welcome back to Serving 813, a radio show and podcast featuring Tampa Bay organizations and groups every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. I'm your host, Ava Lamison, and today I'm super excited and grateful to be joined with some of the faces and voices behind Tampa Bay's Icebox. Now, if you don't know already, Icebox is a Zamboni-like ice resurfacer providing an exciting opportunity to ride to and from Tampa Bay events in style throughout the year, all while supporting community charities one ride at a time. So with that said, welcome to the show, Mark Farrell and Catherine Estrada.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Thank you again for having us here. We're excited.
Yay, I'm so excited to have you guys on the show. So my first question is, on a deeper level, what is Tampa Bay's Icebox all about?
The Icebox is a project that we started approximately 5 years ago when I retired. I owned an engineering firm here in Tampa for 25 years. And I was retired, and I wanted to do something to pay it forward for the great success I've had serving Tampa Bay. And had an idea as a kid. I went to hockey games with my father in Buffalo, New York, and I was always fascinated by the Zamboni. My dad was an engineer. I'm an engineer, so we get weird about those things. But anyways, and I'm a hockey fan. I live a couple blocks from Channelside. I live in Channelside, a couple blocks from the arena. And I thought I'd like to do something with the Zamboni, not knowing what I was going to do with it. I just thought about it. So I took a trip up to Nashville, by the way. And if you've ever been to Nashville, you'll see that they have these things when they take bachelorette parties around and they pull them up and down the street and they drink and they have a lot of fun. And I was there with a buddy and he says, we need that in Tampa. We don't have that. And I thought, well, I could take a Zamboni and make that. So I did. So I came back and started researching how to do it, where to get it, how to build it, whatnot. Unfortunately, there are no models across the United States. This is the only Zamboni on the road in the U.S. So we created something from nothing. And the thought process was that we would ride people to the game, not to make a profit, but ride them for free. And then with the help of our sponsors who had their logos on the side and contributions from people after we tell them the charities that we're serving, collect that money and give it to charities at the end of the year. And so we're in our fifth season now, and it's been very good. We've got a lot of repeat riders going with us right now. We're hosting some new charities this year, and we're very excited about where it is and where it's going.
That's awesome. That's such an incredible idea, and I'm amazed that you guys are the first people to ever do this in the U.S., but I mean, I'm a big Lightning fan, and I especially love hockey. It's my favorite sport because of their feature of the Zambonis. I love seeing that and just the part times after each little inning. But my next question is, what role does Icebox play within the 813 and beyond?
Well, within the 813, other than giving the rides and doing events, we've done fun events like even weddings. And we just recently did the historic stadium series. But beyond the 813, a couple of our current charities, our Humane Society of Tampa Bay, they've actually recently merged with the Humane Society of Pinellas. So now it's one huge organization. So outside the 813. And then Lighthouse Ministries is our other charity this year. Their home base is in Tampa, but they also have a big facility in Lakeland as well. They help all the homeless. And beyond that, we've been featured in media coverage over television, radio, and print across the U.S. So,
yeah, that's amazing. And you guys started 5 years ago, right? So
This is our fifth season we're doing this year.
amazing. So I feel like it's so cool. You've already connected with so many charities and already made such an impact. But a follow-up to that is, can you touch on some more of the causes you have Icebox for?
Well, currently we're doing the Humane Society of Tampa Bay. This is the first year we're doing with them. We like that organization. We like what they do. The other one we've had for several years is Lighthouse Ministries. Great organization. This is unique how this came to us. I went to a community meeting, and the captain of the Channelside area was there, and I went up and said, I'm going to do this Zamboni thing. I'd like to have some thoughts on charities. And he said, well, we have a homeless problem in Tampa Bay, but when we go to talk to a homeless person and they want to go to a home, we don't have homes in Tampa Bay. We don't have enough, so we take them to Lakeland, to Lighthouse Ministries. And Lighthouse Ministries is gathering funds to build more homes in Tampa. So that's what we're supporting. We went to them and we told the police this is what we're going to do. And so that was our basis for doing that. Additionally, in the past, we've supported Metropolitan Ministries. Every year at the Thanksgiving or Christmas time, we give them a very large donation. We go to Costco with all my crew. We fill the Zamboni up with food and toys, and we take them down to Metropolitan Ministries. We also support a group up in Citrus County. There's a friend of mine from high school who has an organization through his church that the homeless in Citrus County, when it gets below 38 degrees, they're living literally in tents in Citrus County. They open up the church to bring them in and take care of them, give them bedding, clothing, and food, and we support them every year. And the last one we've supported for a number of years, but we're switching around this year, is Redefining Refuge. Great organization. Redefining Refuge is a group that when the police rescue children and adolescents from human trafficking in the Tampa area, this is where they take them to get them the services to help rehabilitate them and get them back into society again. So that's been a great organization we've supported for about 4 years.
So with all this support, I mean, you need the community to help. So my question is, how can the community help, and do you take volunteers?
Oh, absolutely. That's how I got recruited. I was always running late to a Lightning game, and the Zamboni was conveniently there. I hopped on for, I think, the last 5 seasons. When they kept seeing me there, they finally asked, hey, do you want to just ride this thing and volunteer? But obviously, other than donating to for the ride and the charities, definitely support our sponsors. They're a big reason why the Zamboni exists. Our sponsors being myself under Cat Health Plan, Hat-Tricks, Yeoman's, and Top Shelf are our main pickup areas. But other ones that may not be so visible, but they do support us, so people can support their businesses, like our Chiro sponsor, Riverside Chiropractic, or Riverview Chiropractic, Famous Tate, Mike's Pies, Long Bar, Elite, The Patio, all of those, if they can help support that. And then if anybody wants a different and fun experience, we recently hosted a couple wedding ride-arounds where they had a blast. It's a unique experience, whether it's just for the bride and groom, the wedding party, and corporate events or college campus events. If you ever want to throw anything, you want the ice box there, there's dancing, there's music, they can ride around the Tampa Bay area, really whatever goes. So, and volunteering time as well at those events or for the rides.
Because we've mounted the Zamboni, I had an interesting, I was going to drive the Zamboni, and then the Department of Transportation had other ideas. And so we were going back and forth, and they were being a little difficult. And so I said, well, we got to get around this. So we decided to take a van and slice off the back of a van and drop the Zamboni on a van. The beauty of that is now we can go anywhere we want. And we've been to Pinellas, I've been to Citrus County. We could go basically anywhere we want and have this event. So the DOT kind of pushed me in the right direction. So thank you, DOT.
Yes. Wow. Already checking all the boxes. We're 10 minutes into this interview, and I'm already just like, my mouth is like open this whole time, like, wow. But I think this already wraps up the first segment, so I'm going to play some Billy Joel for our song break, but we'll be back after this break. And we're back. Welcome back to Serving 813. Make sure to tune into live365.com every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. if you want to find ways to serve your community. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Ava Lamison, and I'm here with Mark and Catherine from Icebox. So for this segment, I want to talk more about you, Mark and Catherine, and your roles within Icebox. So, Mark, you're the founder. So I want to ask, what does a typical day look like as founder of Icebox?
Well, we go on the Icebox probably according to the season. Some days, some weeks we have 3 days a week. Some days we have none. We're on an Olympic break right now, so we don't have anything for about 2 weeks. But we're always looking to make sure that everything on the machine works. We've got a lot of electronics, a lot of sound system, a lot of lighting that goes on in addition to the mechanics of the vehicle itself. And so we're always checking to be sure that that's working before we go out, make sure we're fueled up and ready to go. And so that's what we really do. And if the game starts at 7, we're gathering about 5:45, and then we start our runs. And Kathy will tell you about our runs here in just a second. And then we just run through our different stops, picking up people, usually making between 3 and 5 runs, depending on the weather, depending on the traffic mostly. And we run through the system out there. We hit a number of bars, which are our sponsors. And we have a lot of repeat riders already ready for us. We have people texting us during the afternoon saying, could you pick me up here? Could you pick me up there? All kind of good things like that. So that's a typical day. Our off season, of course, is the summertime, and then the summertime sometimes we'll do again a wedding, we'll do a corporate event, things like that. So it's always a challenge to make sure the machine is up and ready to go whenever people need us.
And as far as my daily experience with it, I experienced it firsthand before I became a part of the crew, where I had a lot of fun. It's very convenient when you're on the way to the game. It looked like a fun environment to go on there, and it's now everybody's favorite as far as mechanics, making sure that horn works. Because when you get to sit in the driver's seat and then honk the horn, that's a lot of fun. And that was always a thorn in our side when, for some reason, we'd blow out the fuse. So that's part of the making sure mechanics work. And as far as my daily experience, I'm responsible for making sure people get on, and with my crewmates, they're make sure for the crew safety and the rider safety, which they get on me for, because I'm just trying to always pile in, make sure the Zamboni is full. So, for example, the first stop is usually Ybor. That's a trolley stops. That's, as Mark mentioned, that's usually about an hour before the game. So we do have an Instagram and Facebook, Tampa Bay Icebox. So if anybody wants a ride, they can message us through there. And so I usually try to check those messages if there's any pickups along the way in Ybor. That way we don't miss them. And then from Ybor, and Mark will laugh at me, because the first time everybody boarded the trolley. So I come down, I blow my whistle, and it was like the scene from the Pied Piper, where I just held the sign, blew the whistle, and when they saw it and I was pointing to the Zamboni, they all disembarked from the trolley and then went on to the Zamboni. And no offense to the trolley, it's also a fun ride, but you can ride it anytime to anything, mm-hmm. But as far as an experience on the Zamboni, it can't compare to the trolley. So after the trolley, again, we go to, if it's full, which is great if it's full, we go directly to Benchmark Arena and do the drop-off. And then after that, we will go to one of our pickup spots and sponsors is Yeoman's, and then Top Shelf is one as well, and Hat Tricks. And anywhere along the way, like I said, if somebody messages us, I'll give the crew a heads up, hey, there's some folks along the way. Or if people flag us down, we can stop. But we do give a ride directly to the front door. And as part of my daily experience, other than holding the sign, and I blow the whistle because I lose my voice even at the Lightning games. Yeah. So I blow a whistle, and I also try to make sure capture the footage and take people's photos on board. A lot of them like their photos taken with their own phone or whatever. And then I try to post all that also onto our Facebook and social media on Instagram as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been on the Zamboni, but now I'm just like, when can I go? Like, when I get married, I'm gonna have my wedding on the Zamboni. But do you guys have like a favorite event to do, or do you just like doing like the lightning games?
We do primarily the lightning games, but occasionally we get, as we've said, we do a wedding and I've done corporate events, but the wedding's fun because
Yeah.
typically what it is, it's two zealous hockey fans, and we come up after the reception, usually 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and we'll decorate the Zamboni. We'll decorate it up, and then we'll pick them up, and sometimes their wedding party. And like I said, we've got the rock music blaring away. Anything they want to hear, we have Spotify too. And so anything they want to hear country, we'll do country. When they want to hear rock, we'll do rock. Whatever it is. And we drive them around, and they get to sit in the back and blow the horn, and people just love it. You know, they're always singing up there. And my job is, once we get going, I'm on a speakerphone in front like a barker, the old time
Yeah.
carousel barkers. And I'm up there announcing their wedding and announcing their names and things like that. And so we drive around for about a half an hour after that, and then take them to their hotel or wherever they want to go. And I'll tell you something, I probably enjoy that more than anything. They really have a good time. The other thing I enjoy most is when the Canadians come down.
Yeah.
They are the best. They come into town from Toronto and other places, and they love hockey. And they don't have this Zamboni where they are, and they jump on and they rock that machine back and forth, and they're dancing, and they just have the best time, and they're the best passengers for us.
I would say, like Mark said, that wedding was very interesting because other than giving them a ride, they also, the groom proposed to the bride at the arena.
Oh
So
my
we
gosh.
dropped there, and he reenacted the proposal scene. So me being the social media person, I recorded that and gave them all that footage. So they had all that footage. They were dancing on the Zamboni. They were driving it. But other than that, another really interesting, epic, historic was the Stadium Series. For the first time ever, the Zamboni was at Ray J. Since when do you think a hockey game would be? But that itself was a historic event, and there we had to turn people away because we were full every ride, and we kept trying to end the ride because but how can you turn people down? So we kept going back and forth. But that was definitely a historic and fun event there.
Yeah, that must be very memorable for you guys. What does Icebox mean to you guys personally?
For me, it means giving back to Tampa Bay in a fun way, and also bringing people together. When we drive around downtown, we emphasize this is a Tampa-based project to support charities in Tampa Bay. This is not to give money to national organizations, which I'm sure are fine, but we want people to know when they give to us after having a good time that money is going to stay right here in town and support the social services that Tampa needs.
Yes, totally. And it's, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I feel like it's so fun. You forget you're giving back to the community. I mean, with rock music, you're just raising money.
It is.
Left and right.
It's really wonderful. I have to tell you, I enjoy it. Every time we go out, the crew we have now, the volunteers are just superior. They know exactly what to do and to keep everybody safe and to keep everybody having fun right now. So it's become quite a joy. Every day I think, is this going to be my last year? And then I say, no, it's not going to be my last year. And I keep going.
And to echo everything you've said, that's what brings me the most fulfillment. Because for me, it's not just about, it doesn't feel like work. You're working, but it doesn't feel like work. For me, it's also a couple other birds that I get to get. I get to network and meet all the Lightning fans. And I must say, yes, we also get to meet all our the other fans of the opposing teams. But Lightning fans, there is something unique and they want to help. And that's refreshing to know. And the fact that it helps your local community, yes, everybody is in need, but that it's not working. And I mean, it's working, but it doesn't feel like work when you're having fun. I love to dance, and I get that opportunity and take pictures, and it's doing it for other people, that it's actually benefiting others. And what's great is most other, I guess, organizations, there's a lot of expenses. Our volunteer time we basically volunteer. All proceeds go directly to the charities that we support.
And it's very gratifying when, at the end of the year, when we give away the money, we sit down with these groups and we give them the checks. And to give you, we give away approximately $15,000 to $18,000
Oh,
a year.
wow.
And so far, we're closing in now this year on $100,000
That's
that we've
amazing.
donated. So we're making a difference. And again, when I always tell the people on board, we're making a difference, but it's because Tampa Bay people are making a difference. And that's what we really like.
Yeah, Tampa Bay people know how to raise money. I feel like it's especially just doing this show, like all the nonprofits I've interviewed, like Tampa knows how to work like a room and make it happen. But ending this segment already, this show is flying by. I can't believe we're almost half an hour in, but I'm going to do this is all we had. So we're going to play some Bruce Springsteen,
All right.
Thunder Road. We'll be back after this song. And we're back. Welcome back to Serving 813. Make sure to tune into live365.com every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. if you want to find ways to serve your community. If you're just joining us, I'm one of your hosts, Ava Lamison, and I'm here with Mark and Catherine from Icebox. So I put up an Instagram story the other day asking you guys listening to send in questions regarding Icebox. And just like always, we got a ton of responses, so I'm not going to keep rambling. Let's get into it. The first DM asks, what makes Icebox different from other nonprofits?
I have to say it's just a fun endeavor. Many nonprofits are a lot of hard work to take care of the needs of the needy, and it's just a long days and a lot of work. The Icebox is not that. It is fun. And we always sit around and try to think about what could we do to make it just a little more fun, more lights, more flash, more music, whatever we can do. And then knowing that the end result is that we're going to support these local charities. So I think that's the word I would use. It's just more fun than just about anything you could think of, and we're doing good at the same time.
Yeah. That kind of goes into the other DM. It was like, if you could describe Icebox in one word, what would it be?
Fun.
Yes. And especially as a high school student who is required to get service hours, I kind of get sick of, although it's really good, like putting food in a bag for people all the time, it gets kind of like repetitive. And I'm like, I want to volunteer doing something I enjoy doing. And like, I forget I'm volunteering. So I feel like Icebox is just amazing for that. But the next DM asks, what legacy do you hope to leave behind with Icebox?
I think the legacy that we've been looking for is that Tampa people take care of Tampa people. That's what I really think. I really wanted this to be a hometown effort to support the hometown. And, there's a lot of things going on in the world today that we're all concerned about, but we have a lot of issues here locally that we need to deal with. And so we've been coordinating with the police to help out with the homeless and other groups that, for the animals, the stray animals. And then next year we may have another charity that we like. But we rotate around to be sure that whatever we're putting out there is what people want. When they hear my pitch at the end of the ride, this is what we're supporting, I want them to smile and say, yes, that's something I would like to give to. So I think the legacy is Tampa people helping Tampa people.
Love it. Okay. The next DM says, how do you guys connect with sponsors?
How we connect with sponsors is obviously a couple of places are where we do pick up. So naturally, they became natural sponsors like Yeoman's, Hat Tricks, and Top Shelf. And others are from riders who have experienced the fun and knowing that they're doing good. So it's not just putting their name on the Icebox, but they also, like us, we want to be able to help out, but in a fun way. So in their part, it also gives them exposure, but really knowing that you're doing good for the community.
Yeah, okay. The next DM says, this is kind of like a very straight to the point DM. Where and when can I get a ride on Icebox?
That's easy. Again, if we always pick up an hour before the puck drop. So if you catch us on Instagram, Tampa Bay Icebox, Instagram and Facebook, you can message. Try to do it an hour before so we get it ahead. But otherwise, outside of that, if there's a specific place you want to be picked up, you message us. But it's Ybor City to trolley stops. And again, if you see us, just flag us down, and we'll pick you up along en route. And then also Yeoman's, a sponsor and a pickup point, Top Shelf, and Hat Tricks, and anywhere along the way. But that's how we connect with sponsors too. It's not just the pickup points, but also driving people to these sponsor locations. Or we actually will personally attend watch parties, events to help our sponsors or encourage our riders and the community to attend events at our sponsor locations.
Yeah, and then my last final question, I know you already touched on this, but what is the best way to reach out and what are all your handles?
On Instagram and Facebook, it's Tampa Bay Icebox. And our direct phone number, you can actually reach Mark directly, 813-625-3130. Again, that's 813-625-3130. Or even via email, tampabayicebox@gmail.com.
So we tell people if you have a special request and you want us to pick up, text me at that number, and I'll be happy to do it. Just don't text me an hour before the game because I'm busy and I can't deal with it, and I hate to miss people like that, but we do it. And I will tell you some of the things that we've done. We've had people text us who say, my son has MS, he's in a wheelchair, is there any way? And we say, tell us when and where. And we have picked up numerous people with disabilities. We have ability to put them on. We lift them up. We put them in the seat. We take their wheelchairs, whatever it is, and those people come back year after year, and I will tell you that makes us happy. We really like doing it because they love it. We put them in the driver's seat. They blow the horn. It goes all over town, and it's one of the really beneficial things we do with this machine.
Love it. Well, that wraps up our Q&A portion and your guys' time on the show. This went by so quick, but thank you so much, Mark and Catherine, for being a part of Serving 813. I'm so happy you guys could be on the show.
Our pleasure. Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, our pleasure. And you definitely need to catch a ride. We hear that a lot where some people realize, hey, I've never seen you guys before, but definitely catch a ride.
When's the next time you guys are?
Next home game. If it's a home game, we're running.
Okay.
The only time we don't run is if it's raining.
Yeah.
We can't handle rain. But other than that, if it's a home game, whatever the home game times change from 4:00 to 7:30. But as Kathy said, we are out 1 hour ahead of puck drop in Ybor, and then after that, 3 or 4 times we're going to hit the bars we talked about.
All right. Well, maybe I'll be with some of my friends camping out at the start point. And
We'd love to have you.
I'm so excited. Well, okay. If you're listening, don't go anywhere because I'm going to be here after the break to do a little reflection. But yes, your guys' outro song's going to be some Dolly Parton, 9 to 5. Maybe you guys can add that to the Zamboni. And we're back. Welcome back to Serving 813. Make sure to tune into live365.com every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. if you want to find ways to serve your community. I'm your host, Ava Lamison, and I was just here with Mark and Catherine, but now it's just me. So I think this would be a great time to reflect on today's show. Today's show is so fun. I mean, I'm talking to a wall right now, but I would love to talk to you guys. Icebox. So I'm a big fan. I mean, I'm a big hockey fan, and the Zambonis, come on. So just hearing about their cause, I mean, what even, like, that's such a fun idea to create. And I know Mark was an engineer, so hearing about his, like, stellar idea on creating a Zamboni on just the streets of Tampa, that's crazy. I mean, and it's so fun. I mean, they do weddings, they talked about holiday events, bringing food in for Christmas. They check all the boxes. So just hearing about Icebox and what they have to offer was just an incredible opportunity. And I'm so happy that Mark and Catherine are on the show. And I already know that next Lightning game, I'm going to be down there waving down the Zamboni, begging to get a front row seat. And I hope they play some Dolly Parton. I don't know if they want to, but I asked them that. Well, if you haven't already, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Serving813 to get updated on all episodes, to stream this episode whenever you want in other episodes. And if you're a nonprofit and you want to be on the show, you can DM us. But we're serving your city one convo at a time. This is Ava Lamison signing off. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.